The Springboks have just released their Nations Championship squad for the first ever inaugural 2026 Nations Championship. This squad right now it looks like a very special squad. It looks like a very different squad, and yes, there's a mix of experience, but there's also that youth, which makes it so exciting. And we're going to be reacting to it together because I've only actually gone over the props already and then the locks, so I haven't really gone over everyone, but let's go right into it. But before we do, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I appreciate all the support, and there's going to be so much more content coming out for the Springboks and for all the Nations Championship teams. If you are here as a Springbok fan, you could probably tell I am a Springbok fan. So obviously I've got a player jersey here, Ruan Pina's jersey. So I've been a Springbok fan for a very long time. So if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I appreciate all the support and I appreciate all the comments. There's been so many positive comments and I absolutely appreciate it. So let's get right into it, starting with the props. So for the props, they've gone for Thomas du Toit, Volkulo, Ntotoku Mchunu, Oxenchair, Zachary Porton, Carlos Sardi, Gerard Steenkamp and Boan Venter. I really like this group of props, and for me, the ones that really stand out, of course, you have the Thomas du Toit, who's had the best season ever probably in the Prem for a prop. I mean, he's now a Premiership rugby legend. Then you have Volkulo, who I'd say his form hasn't been the best, but he still scrums everybody. He always dominates the scrum. That's a very important thing. I think for him, the important thing going forward is getting his fitness level up, because I think his fitness level probably isn't really where it needs to be, but he is a very important player for the Springboks. Then Ntotoku Mchunu, I am so excited about this guy. He is a machine off the bench, and I think he's going to do absolute wonders this season coming off the bench. Can you imagine Mchunu and Volkulo coming off the bench together? I mean, that is like the two powerful guys coming off the bench together. The one guy is built literally like a mountain and you physically can't push him back. The other guy is the most explosive prop probably in world rugby right now. So some really good props there. Zachary Porton as well. I really see a bright future for Zachary Porton in South African rugby because he's a bit of a special talent. He's got good skills, he's got good footwork, and he just fits the mold of a Springbok player as well. The next one I'm excited to see as well, Carlos Sardi. This guy reminds me a bit of Volkulo. He's had a phenomenal season for Bordeaux this year. And when people have really good seasons with really special teams like Bordeaux, and they are key players there, you have to include them because they have been playing at that level. They understand what it takes to win at a very good level. So very happy to see Carlos Sardi there. And of course, you have Gerard Steenkamp, who's been awesome every time he plays for the Springboks. And then Boan Venter, who's a really solid player as well. So I don't see any weaknesses with those props. I really do enjoy those props. But the one thing I am asking myself is, who do you pick from those guys? Who do you pick as your 4 props to play on match day? So we'll be doing predicted lineups and kind of videos of who they should pick versus England, versus Scotland, and versus Wales coming out every single week. So stay tuned for that one. Those should be very exciting as well. So if you do enjoy that, please hit the subscribe button and stick around because there's going to be a lot more of that. Now looking at the hookers, they've gone for Johan Grobelaar, Malcolm Marx, and Andre Venter. So not this normal guys we see there. I mean, last year there was a lot of experimentation with some guys, but I think right now it's important to get hookers some consistent game time in the hooker position and just kind of build that depth going forward. Johan Grobelaar, he definitely is. Just looking at this right now, he definitely is the backup to Malcolm Marx this year. Malcolm Marx was the World Player of the Year last year, and he is one of the best players in the world. He is always going to be the starter. He always is going to be the main guy. Then Andre Venter, I think the thing that I really do like about Andre Venter is that he is so spot on. He is so consistent and so accurate at set piece that he will honestly he'll be a massive benefit to the Springboks. It's just how good he is under pressure in those situations. So I'm happy to see Andre Venter there. There are other guys as well that have been playing well, but I don't think it's a bad option to have Andre Venter there. He's been playing for the Stormers. He plays for the second best club team currently in South Africa. He's been doing really well there. He's been one of the best players. So you have to give a guy like that their flowers, especially if they've been accurate and very consistent at that level. He started most of the games this year as well. So I'm excited to see how he goes. Of course, there are other guys like what's his name, Jan-Hendrik Wessels, who I don't see here, but we still, see Jan-Hendrik Wessels at utility forward, so I'm still getting there. So I was thinking maybe Jan-Hendrik Wessels as well is another option there and for prop, but he can play both, and he's another guy that could come off the bench as prop for the Springboks and just tear things up. So some really good selections here, and some of these selections I wasn't actually sure they were going to happen, but let's see some of the locks as well. Louis de Jager, Eben Etzebeth, Ruan Nortje, and Ruben van Heerden. I'm seeing that for the first time now. I'm so happy to see Ruben van Heerden there, and I knew after his game yesterday that he was probably going to get called up. He fits the mold of the Springboks. He's a line-out leader. He leads from the front, and he's just one of those guys. He gets on with it. He gets stuck in, and he gets on with it. So I'm really happy to see him there. In my opinion as well, for some of the other guys, Ruan Nortje is the best lock we have. He is the number one lock for the Springboks right now. In my opinion, honestly, Eben Etzebeth has been quite poor recently, and he needs to pick up his game if he wants to start or go anywhere near the starting lineup. Just because of his resume and because of how much of a legend he is, of course, I'm pretty sure he will just start and they'll kind of let him figure things out on the field over a game or two. But he needs to pick up his act a year out from the World Cup. And of course, Lodi Jager, they say he's 2 years younger in rugby years because he has those years in Japan and he has those years with injury where he didn't play at all. So his body's still fresh. He honestly still feels really good and confident in himself. So that is absolutely awesome to see. Now looking at the loose forwards, Paul de Villiers, Ben Jason Dixon, Cameron Hanekom, Sia Khaleesi, Evan Ruiz, Vincent Chuchuka, and Jasper Wiese. That is a really nice group of loose forwards there. Of course, we are still getting to the utility forward, so there's still a few guys to come, a few that might shock you, a few that honestly, you know that they're going to be there. So like a Pieter-Steph du Toit, he's in the utility forward, so I will get there. But Paul de Villiers absolutely deserves it. He's been awesome this year. I've been hearing how the Springbok players are talking about him. They cannot get enough about this guy. They say he's a machine. They say he's really good in camp, and he brings others up around him. He brings the vibe up. So you always need a player like that. Ben Jason Dixon, I think he's definitely one that the Springbok coaches, they see something in him that a lot of people maybe don't. So if they see something in him like that, then I'm going to wait till I see it. I think he's a good player. I think he's got a good work rate. And I think for me personally, this might sound rude, but it's not at all. I think Ben Jason Dixon is the perfect guy to play in those games in the World Cup that aren't the main games. But that being said, he's played for the Springboks before in some big games and he's done really well. So I'm happy to see him there. Cameron Hanekom, so excited to see him there. I am so happy to see Cameron Hanekom there, but I don't see another name here. I don't see Elrich Low here. So that means Cameron Hanekom and Evan Ruiz currently are higher in the pecking order for the Springboks than Elrich Low. I will say I thought Evan Ruiz had a better season than Elrich Low. I thought Cameron Hanekom had a better season than Elrich Low as well. So I think Elrich Low is going to come out fighting next year or next season or whenever he gets the chance to get back into this group. And I do like that guys that maybe haven't been at their absolute best aren't in the squad, because you need guys to be fighting for positions. And I see Vincent Chuchuka there as well. He thoroughly deserves it. He's been a line-out menace this year. He's been excellent in the line-outs. He's another line-out weapon here. He led the SAA team. He's been very good at the Sharks. He's been one of their best players, and he is a unit. So for me, I think it wasn't Evan Ruiz that came in front of Elrich Low. For me, from what I see, I think it was Vincent Chuchuka that came in front of Elrich Low when it came down to the selections. That's just what I'm thinking right now. And for me, just thinking about it, it makes sense. Elrich Low has been awesome, but if you would choose a bruiser between Cameron Hanekom and Elrich Low right now, you would choose Cameron Hanekom. And for me, Vincent Chuchuka just has that little bit extra in his game that really goes a long way. Line out more defense, line out steals, line out defense, line out offense. His work around the park, he's been excellent. And of course, Jasper Wiese, awesome game yesterday. I'm so happy to see him back, and he is going to have a massive, mega season for the Springboks. I mean, these guys are going to play so many games. England on the 4th of July, Scotland, Wales, New Zealand 4 times, then Ireland, Italy, France, and then the finals for the Nations Championship. It's going to be absolutely awesome. They still have Australia and Argentina as well. I think it's a one-off game. So there's a lot of rugby coming out, but I will be doing a preview as well for the 2026 season for the Springboks, so stay tuned for that. Now for the last little group of the forwards that were selected, the utility forwards, Pieter-Steph du Toit, Franco Mostert, Riley Norton, Marco van Staden, Jan-Hendrik Wessels, and Kobus Wiese. Riley Norton, is he? I don't think he's going to be a part of the under-20s now. I don't think he is. I think the under-20s will still be more than okay because they've got some very good players. But Riley Norton's not there, and I knew it after yesterday's game. I knew that he was going to be there because for this whole time he's been playing, he does everything right for his position. He does everything right, and sometimes the best players on the field are the players that you never see. Of course you do see him, but he's always getting stuck in. He's always doing those things that people don't want to do. He reminds me so much of a Pieter-Steph du Toit, not with how he is with the ball carrier right now. Of course, Riley Norton still has to gain size. I think he could be a great loose forward as well. I do think they will play him at lock, and he adds a lot of value at lock. He reminds me a lot of a Ruan Nortje, and I think he's got an even higher ceiling than Ruan Nortje. That's how good I really think this guy is. So, for me, I'm so happy to see Riley Norton there, but let me know what you think down below in the comments, because that's a big selection right there. Missing the under-20 competition to play with the Springboks, that is massive. Then, of course, Marco van Staden, he has that utility. He's been good at the Bulls at number 16 on the loose forward as well. And Marco van Staden's been good at the Bulls and for the Springboks for a very long time now. Franco Morstedt impressed me yesterday. He does that kind of hard work, the nitty-gritty stuff that you don't see, that the kind of engine room stuff you need in a forward back. Then Jan-Hendrik Wessels, I love Jan-Hendrik Wessels. He's one of my favorite players to watch, and he can go such a long way. Then after the next World Cup, you still have guys like a Jan-Hendrik Wessels, Mchunu, Carlos Sardi, Zachary Porten, Gerard Steenkamp, Paul de Villiers, Ivan Roos. Can you imagine a forward pack like that? All these guys on the field together after the next World Cup, and now they're going to be learning from these guys like Siya Kolisi and Peter Steph Toy. So there's a lot to be excited about, and I really do enjoy that group of forward players. Now onto the back line. Let's start with the scrum halves. I'm already seeing a guy that's kind of shocked me. Embrus Papier, Herschel Jantjies, Kobus Reinach, and Grant Williams. So first of all, I've been saying it for a long time. Not even this year, last year as well. So I'm gonna take some credit for this one. Embrus Papier deserves to be there, and I really do believe Embrus Papier will be playing against England, because he is such a dangerous player. He could be the weapon for South Africa. Him and Grant Williams as a 1-2 punch, 9 and the 9 coming off the bench, can be the biggest secret weapon. And to be honest, if you were to play guys like Andre Pollard there off the bench, or wherever, hopefully he doesn't right now because his form's not the best. Embrus Papier's been playing with him, so it's not like they're unfamiliar with each other. Embrus Papier's played with Manie Libbok for years at under 20 level. They've played for years together at the Bulls. They know each other as well. It's not like that's an unfamiliar combination. They know each other very well. And of course, Grant Williams and Manie Libbok have built a phenomenal combination. So I'm really happy to see that. Herschel Jantjies, I have not been seeing a lot of Herschel Jantjies this year, so maybe he's been absolutely brilliant since going over to the top 14, and I don't doubt it for a single second. So that's a really good selection to see. And of course, Kobus Reinach, he's been awesome. And I think right now, it's just about finding who is your best two guys for the World Cup. Who are the guys in form? Because for me personally, I think number 9 and number 10 are always those positions that just need to be in form. You have like a group of 3 or 4 guys that are the main guys. It just needs to be the guys that are in form currently that need to play, because those guys just see the game at a bit of a slower way. They see the game faster than everybody else. The game slowed down for them. That's just how I see it. So whoever is the best currently needs to play. Now, looking at the fly halves, I mean, I'm smiling. You can just see I'm excited with some of these selections. We have Manie Libbok, Vusi Moyo, and Andre Pollard. Vusi Moyo. So that's another under 20 player there. Another under 20 player. I mean, what are these selections? I am so excited about some of these selections. Manie Libbok, I think, is the number 1 choice fly-off. He has been awesome in Japan, and I know you can't say he's been in Japan doing that, but for him, he just needs game time. He just needs more kicks for the poles, and he's been very accurate in Japan, which I'm very happy about. Hopefully he can bring that over now to the Springboks. Vusi Moyo, I see something special in this guy, as well as Yakin Ahmed. I see something special in both of these guys, but Vusi Moyo right now can learn so much from these two guys. He has that kind of charisma about him that he could lead a team at fly half. He just has it. And I've seen videos of the behind the scenes stuff. He's not a quiet guy either. He loves the team environment. He's a good team guy. I've heard from people as well that Vusi Moyo is a very nice guy to have in the team. He's a really good team player. So it's always good to have guys like that. And these guys wouldn't be here if they weren't team players as well. It's going to be absolutely awesome for guys like Riley Norton and Vusi Moyo to learn from the best of the best World Cup winners, and a guy like Manie Libbok that last year was incredible for the Springboks. Andre Pollard, who's won World Cups for the Springboks. So I do expect him to get some game time, probably maybe Scotland off the bench, or maybe even the first game starting England off the bench. You never know what the coaches are going to do. This could be a full-on experimental thing with some of the younger guys while trying to still win those big games. So I'm excited about that. Let me know what you think of Riley Norton and Vusi Moyo together in the squad. And you can see I'm reacting to this on the spot as well. I literally just woke up right now, saw the team list, and I was like, I have to do this video because this squad looks awesome. So looking at the centers as well, Damien De Linde, Andre Esthuizen, and Jesse Kriel. Of course, there will be guys in the outside backs that can cover those positions, that are good enough to do center positions as well, that are utilities. I think that is the lucky thing with the Springboks as well, that there's so many utility players that you can, all of these guys can basically play all over. You can have a combination of Delindi and Estays, or Estays and Delindi, Estays and Creel, Delindi and Creel. I do think the main combination still is Delindi and Creel, but I think the informed centre from those guys is Andre Estays. But I do think he is going to be used as a hybrid that can come on from the bench and play centre at the end of the game. Whoever's like the centre that's been put through more work between Jesse Creel and Delindi comes off. He comes on with fresh legs, another new centre combination, or he can go right back to the loose forwards as well. But looking at those loose forwards, we have some really good loose forwards as well. So I think Andre Esterhuizen will still be a hybrid for us, and I cannot wait to see it, because I think Emrys Papede and Andre Esterhuizen for me were probably the two best informed players from the South African players in the URC, and then of course Thomas du Toit for Bath as well. So absolutely awesome to see these guys. I mean, these guys are older. It probably is a point of worry for the next World Cup of who's going to be the centres, but you have to remember there's still guys like Damien Willemse that can play 12. There's guys like Ethan Hooker that's been awesome at 12. There's guys like Ethan Adams, Marcus Miller coming through in the future as well. Not right now, in the future. You can also have combinations like Kanan Moody and Ethan Hooker. You could bring in Lorenzo Julius as well. I think he needs a bit more game time, but there's a lot of options for the future, and I think probably later on those guys will be brought in to learn from these centre guys as well, because it'll be very important for them. So really happy to see that. Moving on to the outside and utility backs, so the final little piece of the puzzle for the squad. Curtly Arendse, who's my favourite Springbok. I'm just going to say that right now. He cuts through teams like a hot knife through butter. That's my first time saying that phrase, because he does. He just makes the game look easy. And I think for the Bulls, he was maybe put in some very poor situations, as in like 1v5, nobody to support him either. That final, I was feeling sorry for guys like him that were putting their bodies on the line, that were trying their best. So in the Springbok environment, he won't be left to kind of fend for himself. He'll honestly thrive, and he has been thriving for years. I mean, he is a Springbok legend right now. Apelele Fasi, good to see him there. He probably, in my opinion, is the second choice fullback, but a very good second choice fullback as well. Kewan Horn, I mean, fly half, fullback, centre, wing, wherever you want to put him, he'll play there. Very good utility guard to have, and a very clean player. He plays the game the right way, and I really do like that. And the coaches really like him as well. Cheslin Colby, I mean, obviously Cheslin is always going to be in the squad. He can do some miraculous things sometimes, so I'm excited to see how he does. Kanan Moody, phenomenal player. Very poor performance in the final, but I think he's going to kind of try right his wrongs going forward, and he's done some very good things in the Springbok jersey as well. Edward van der Merwe, he is in form right now. A very good game against the Barbarians. Will he play against England? I don't know, but there's some very difficult decisions to be made there, and I think that outside back group is probably as good as it gets in international rugby, because wow, that is just so much speed, so much power, so much. I don't think every single one of these players can always, every single time, beat their defender one-on-one. So that just shows how impressive this kind of group is. Yaku Williams as well. I saw something like this happening. I wasn't sure if it was going to be Yaku Williams or Cheswa Uester. Maybe they don't want to bring Cheswa Uester in right now because he has battled a few injuries. I do expect him to come in at a later stage. But Yaku Williams, they see something special in him. He has a very good work rate. He's good at fullback and on wing as well. He's a very special player, and I think he's going to learn so much from these guys. He will bulk up still, but at the end of the day, everybody always said, oh, Curtly Arendse is too small. Cheslin Colby's too small. Grant Williams is too small. All these guys are too small. We know that's not even a thing anymore. The smaller you are, the better sometimes, especially for the Springboks. The smaller players are the ones running over Scott Barrett and all the guys from the All Blacks as well. So for me, size doesn't matter anymore. Honestly, size doesn't matter anymore. Oxenchair is not even the biggest prop in the world, but he is the best prop in the world. So for me, size doesn't matter anymore. So, I mean, a guy like Yaku Williams, he is going to absolutely thrive, and I cannot wait to see it, because he's a very special player. He also is one of those players, he just glides through teams. So that's awesome to see. Then, of course, the last backline player on this list, Damien Willemse. So a really good group of utility backs. Damien Willemse, I think, probably is a 12 in the future, with Apelele Fasi at 15 after this World Cup, because they definitely still have another World Cup with their age. But this is a very exciting squad. I'm so excited for the squad. I honestly thought we were going to get the same boring old squad. And I'm not saying Springbok rugby is boring. It's not. It's awesome. But I wanted to see new stuff. I wanted to see new players. I think a lot of people did. So I'm really happy with some of these things. Now, I fully expect guys like a Cheswa Uester to come in down the line. Ezeketelo Siyaya, Ethan Adams maybe as well. Sipeseto Mnebelele as well. I fully expect to see some of those guys come in down the line, maybe this year, maybe next year, or after next year. there's just a really bright future, and I'm really excited for this year right now after seeing this list. A very good squad. Some of these guys are going to gain some valuable experience, while some other guys really need to step up their game as well that have been seasoned veterans for a while now. But if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I appreciate all the support. I literally just stood up right now to get this done because it makes me so excited. So if you do enjoy the content, hit the like button as well and stick around because there's going to be a lot more. Let me know your thoughts on the squad down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.